are on the Conti General program, sir.
All right, let me go live that time.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right, StreamYard was having issues, everybody, but here we are. We're going to be talking about Pyragold NFTs. It is not just the Greeks project. It is the Greek NR Legend and Confirm NRM. So you get 3 mines, better than one. I didn't want to do a token. I had conversations with NR and Con about a token. I had a whole white paper written up. I had everything ready to go for a token. And then I thought long and hard about DeFi. I thought about every DeFi project out there. And I said, what's the one issue that keeps coming up? Everybody keeps saying they're Ponzi schemes. So I dug further into it. And what you find is you get this pump up, run up after pre-sale, and then it pumps down because everybody takes their profits, and then it runs sideways because everybody hodls the bag, and it doesn't do anything unless new money comes in, and people think taxes are a utility, which they're not. They're just dispersing the money. So I'm like, that's not doing something. So I'm like, what can I do to take money and just keep making money and dispersing it out to people? And this came up. I was in a gold bot with NR and Con, and I liked what it was going. And I'm like, let's see if we can do an NFT. And it's kind of like the NFT is just proof of ownership. You're not going to get some fancy artwork. You're going to get this big giant P that's in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, and it's just going to have gold in the background. Yeah. So don't buy the NFT for artwork, okay? Because you're not going to like it.
Boring.
Yeah, it's definitely not what we're here for. And when Greek says gold bot, so what that's referring to is basically forex trading or trading gold. And in essence, we make money in an up market, we make money in a down market, and we're using an algorithm, right? So if anybody's been following me at all, I've been jumping in headfirst into my trading journey, manually trading myself. And I've been doing pretty darn good. Just really diving into the education, how to chart, how to read charts, all those types of things, technical analysis, kind of what Confirm it does, but for Forex. So we got a hold of this bot that trades gold. There's also another one that trades Bitcoin. We'll get into that too. And so this is kind of what Greek decided. This is what we're going to do as far as the project's concerned. And, we really like the results of the bot. It's kind of hands off.
So it's awesome. The best team I could ask for, because we got NR, who's the trading guy with the bot. He's got the connections there. Confirmance the back end, build it. If you see the website, that's all Con, the DApp, all Con. We do have a developer too who did the coding of the NFTs and stuff, and helped us integrate it, because Web3 stuff is kind of difficult. And then I'm just here to look pretty. So
you're doing a damn good job, though, dude.
Yeah. I'm here to market it and be the de facto face. But if you see in my Discord, it's kind of all three of us answering questions. Right now, we do have the Pyragold NFT chat in my Discord. We're going to be utilizing that up until people start purchasing NFTs. Once NFTs get purchased, you will get access. I will be sharing it in my Discord, the access to the Pyragold Discord. You will need to verify your NFT to get access, because once all the NFTs are sold, we're going to have a community of just 400 NFT holders. So I don't need random people who have nothing to do with the NFTs in the Discord, because we're going to be voting on things to do with the Discord, and all the announcements in there will just be professional. You can have conversations, but it's going to be, hey, the claiming period's up, the staking period's up. And, we went to that. Did that with the claiming because it's just so much easier than us getting a multi-sender, sending them all out. And then, now you get to claim and you get to see and stuff like that. It just works out so much better. So we'll send the money to a contract. You guys will claim it. You have 5 days to claim it. And then after the 5 days are up, you will then have 5 days from that time to then restake your NFTs. And technically they never leave your wallet. It's just basically saying, yes, I'm staking my NFTs. So you're just basically proof of holding. And then at the end of the month, when the claim period's, it will read your holdings and it will pay out accordingly. It is flawless. It's been tested. We just didn't do it half-assed. Eventually, we wanted to do it alone ourselves. And then we said, maybe we don't understand stuff as much as we thought we did.
Yeah.
And we got some help. We got some brilliant minds. They're not from Ukraine. They're from the United States. Little dig there. Sorry.
It just we made it a lot easier because we were going to make it as simple as possible. It was going to be as bulletproof, and like, because sometimes having the least amount of moving cogs in a wheel, in a system, makes it run a lot more efficiently. But in this regard, it would have made things take a very long time for us to really get through everyone's holdings at the end of the month.
Yeah, we'd have been doing a lot of
probably would have been a lot of manual sending.
And
I was trying to get away from that. And we didn't know how to do it on our own to not have to manually send. And then somebody's like, well, we can add it into the metadata. And I'm like, you had lost me. But Con was like, oh, yeah, I'll take care of that. So that's why the team just worked out perfectly.
Yeah. Metadata. All right, cool. Let's do that. And the other good thing about it being on blockchain and NFT based is the fact that the transparency's there, guys. You can go to the blockchain and see every transaction. And that's another reason why. So
this is not a crypto project. Yeah, we're utilizing crypto, but we're tying it in with the real world, and that's where we're getting the money, real utility.
Exactly.
So this is
real quick before you jump in, Greek. And basically that's what we're doing. We're taking Web 2 here and integrating it with Web 3. We do feel that that's kind of the future of business in general. And Greek's going to go over the project a little bit, our website right here. And just to let you guys know, we have Brandon Hudson down here. He is the CEO of Alpha Wave. And they are basically the providers of the bot. So we brought him on here. He's going to talk a little bit about the bot, what it does, what features, all that good stuff. So we'll get into that in a little bit. Just wanted to introduce you guys to Brandon. And like I said, Greek's going to show you guys a little bit of stuff, and then we'll let Brandon talk. And I'm sure if anybody has any questions, Brandon will be happy to answer those as well.
So one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to read the white paper to you. That is your job. I want everybody to go on the site. Okay, it's pyragoldnfts.com. This is the landing page. You can see every NFT is going to look exactly like I said, the P with gold in the background. We made it 8-bit because it kind of fits with our logo. And you can see the counter. This is to tomorrow till we go live. That is up to the minute and correct. So you can see that we got 22 hours, 45 minutes. It's $300 in USDT. You can buy with BNB, but we want you to buy with USDT because the price of BNB will fluctuate and you could end up paying more or less depending on, pricing and stuff like that. Because it locks in the price of BNB at the start. So just pay in USDT. It's so much easier. As you can see, you click up here. In the top corner, in the top of the page, it says white paper. My mouse is on it. You will click that. I will show you the white paper so you can actually believe there is one. And you can come and read to your heart's desire. We even put pictures. You can't miss anything here. Okay.
We all like pictures, but sometimes reading's a little much. That's why there's pictures.
We did try to keep it as simple as possible. Really, there's not much to it, guys.
And you can see we've made some active revisions to the white paper.
Yeah.
And then if you go to purchase, this is exactly what you're going to come to. You will click connect wallet, and here's to prove it works. I think I got a test.
He froze.
He froze right as he's like, to prove it works. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Way to go, Greek.
Wait, did I freeze?
Yeah. Froze. That was good. Yeah. You said to prove it works, and then you froze up, bro.
Well, you could see, my wallet's connected. This is some fake wallet that I have. There's 400 NFTs left. As if you read the white paper, you would see that the team owns 100 NFTs and 400 are left. And you can see right now, see how it says 0.49 BNB or 300 USDT. That's what BNB the equivalent would be. Now, tomorrow that will lock in. And let's say the price of BNB dips, you're going to end up paying more on the BNB side. So it's just easier if you pay in USDT. Okay. And then we even have the staking page. It's all ready. All these will be filled in and stuff once you have NFTs. And you can, put how many you have and stake, unstake, and then the claim. And it will tell you your rewards. And it will say total stake, total rewards. So you'll see all kinds of information here. Con did a brilliant job with all this. Like, just brilliant.
Right on.
And Yanni's got a question here. Does team mean treasury or personal? It is split up between we use build out to buy more bots. If we need to buy another instance or other things, we will use the team funds that we get from those team NFTs. But like always, it's our way of we footed the cost. So we make money when you guys make money. We get paid out just what the bot returns make out, just our share of NFTs.
So a little bit to answer your question straight up, it's a little bit of both, I guess you would say.
Yeah, it is a little bit of both. We don't want to
Yep.
pull from the safety fund. Initially, we're going to have to pull from the safety fund to fund things, to buy the instance that the bot's going to be running on. We're going to have to pull from the safety fund for that. But from that point on, the safety fund will only grow, and we will be using our funds that we get to build out, go elsewhere if there's any changes that need to be made, and stuff like that.
And the goal is to keep it 150% community driven project. So before we make any decisions, we're going to put it up to a community vote. We want what you guys
300
want.
USDT.
Yep. We want what you guys want. So we're here to obviously we're here to make some money, but we're here to help everyone else make some money. The bot's very expensive. You need a lot of starting capital to start trading. So this is a way to kind of fractionalize that for people who don't have, 5 figures to put into this to get started. Now we will also have an opportunity that we're working on with Alpha Wave to potentially bring this to individuals. If you guys don't want to be part of this project and you want to get the bot and do it yourself, we're working on something just for our community with Alpha Wave as well. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, guys, we're all about the community. If we want to divvy out the funds or if we want to reinvest and try to make more money, we'll leave that up to a vote.
And Pride asks, what has been the bot's previous monthly returns? Now, this question, it ranges. Obviously, you're going to have some days that are better depending on, like, if gold's just trading sideways for a day, you're not going to do good that day on bot returns. You're not going to lose. You're not going to gain. It's just kind of a nothing burger. You just waste time. So if you get a lot of days like that, or if you get some days that just range like this and $5 range, you can make a lot of money those days. I would say safely 5 to 15%. We're not going to have, obviously, this isn't my funds that are going to be in this bot. So I'm just going to be completely honest with everybody who might be watching this. The settings are not going to be as risky as if I had my capital in the bot.
Yeah, we're gonna keep now. We're gonna have some of our funds in the bot. Obviously, we're gonna have some NFTs. I know I'm buying some as well, but potentially, damn, I completely just lost my thought. We're gonna keep the settings very conservative. That's where I was going with it. So we're gonna keep the settings conservative.
I know you guys want data. I think
Brandon might be able to speak on some data. I know he does have some of that, and we'll be sharing that with you guys.
The reason it's tough giving data is the last month the bot's been off. They've been doing some upgrades, so we haven't really seen the new upgraded bot that we're getting with the new. There's more beefed up settings that we're not in. But prior to that, we were doing anywhere from, I would say, 9 to 15% easily a month.
Yeah.
So, but I don't want to guarantee anything because, then we don't hit it and you guys yell and you guys get mad. But yes, it was making money.
Yes, it was. And full transparency, I did lose money with it, but that was my own fault because I got super greedy and went super aggressive on the settings. And that was my own fault. So
it worked really well until
it was working really well. Yeah, it was working really well until I got greedy. Let's put it that way, and started to push the envelope because I'm like, man, this thing is awesome.
And by upping the settings, we mean he upped the settings to like 10 times what any normal human being should possibly do. And he's like, let's do it. And then
I did make a lot of money, but then I lost a lot of money too. So, it goes hand in hand, right? More risk, more reward. But then when you do lose those risks, those losses can be great. So here we are. you know.
Dr. Al says, great team. Love the trading on gold as I'm on FX platform myself. Love this conservative is good for me as I have tendency to take high risk. That's the problem. Human tendencies always, you're never good enough. Like, yeah, we got 10% the first month. And then we're like, oh, let's try for 20%. Wait, you just made 10%.
There was 1 month I made what we do, Greg, like 500% or something. I mean, in
we
a very
did
short period of time.
55% in 1 month.
Yeah. I mean, and I was just pushing the envelope.
But the problem is we still weren't happy. Then the next month we tried for 100%.
Yeah, I just kept pushing it, and Greek just kept. I'm a degen at heart. So is Greek. Confirmant tried to reel us in, but we're
I'm
like,
in the back corner, like, turn it down.
Yeah. So that's it. But this is not a get rich quick. This is not a 100x type project. This is a slowly grow your money. We're not even necessarily looking to compound over a long period of time. We want people to take profits. We want people. The goal is to ROI in what, Greek? 5 months. Something around there. 5 months is kind of our plan.
6 months.
Yeah, 5 to 6 months. Yeah.
There's a lot we can do, and people always bring up the compounding. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, the way the bot works is having more capital in the bot only means you can go further down, further drawdown, and it really doesn't increase your earnings as much as having more instances. So that's why I had this safety fund idea. So 20% of all profits will go into that safety fund. As soon as that safety fund hits, let's say 50K, or it's basically going to start off at like 15K after we pay for the bot and other things. As soon as it hits 50K in that, we can then be like, well, let's open up a new instance. So now you got multiple instances essentially.
So now you have two bots basically maybe trading 50K each or 75K each or whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
You have potential to make a higher percentage as far as your gains are concerned.
So that's how we're going to be compounding it. And as well as you always want a safety fund just in case anything happens. Like if there is a losing trade, we can just fill it in and you won't.
And there will be losing days. I mean, that, people lose in trading all the time, even manually trading. Nobody's 100%. So obviously the algorithm's not going to be 100% either. But if you have more wins than losses and you mitigate the losses and you have stop losses and things of that nature, you can win way more than you lose. And again, Brandon can probably speak a little bit more on that. So, yeah.
So that's everything I got on the site, basically. Just make sure you read the white paper. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Nobody cares about Mountain Standard Time, though. That's when the NFTs go on sale. So do not – I will say this. I'm not going to be like one of those project leads that says, oh, yeah, throw all your money in this. No. Do your research. Throw what you can afford to lose. I don't want people throwing paychecks in this. I don't want people. We've been hurt enough in the space. Now, I'm not going to hurt you here. I'm just saying throw what you can afford to lose. I don't want to see people throwing 50, 60K in this because you can essentially buy the bot yourself, and we will help you do that if you have that kind of money and you want to throw it in.
Yep. No doubt. Crypto Pride, he's got a question down there, Greg.
Yes, we will be posting exactly what the bot's doing daily.
The Discord, when the Discord is made, everything will be in there. The claim days, the restaking days, the daily results, everything.
Yeah, you'll know everything. It will be like a percentage. Maybe we can get a bot made. I have to see how we can do that to pick up that data, but I don't know.
Maybe can implement an API of a sort.
If Con will figure that out. Con's the guy.
Yeah.
If there's a will.
So and we do have access to the developer who created the bot. I'm not necessarily going to put him out there. I don't know if he wants that. I mean, I will share that. Let me ask him if he wants his information and stuff out there, or maybe Brandon knows that's something maybe he can speak on. But I'm not going to throw him out there. But I can tell you he's been in the trading space for quite a long time. He is a person who is also very community driven. In fact, Greek and I had a phone conversation with him today, which was super positive conversation. It was awesome. He just wanted to get a little bit more info on what we were doing. And he loved it. He loves what we're doing. In fact, he's going to open up access to us that he hasn't opened up access to really anyone else other than the guys at Alpha Wave. So that's pretty awesome. So I was really happy about that. So he has been in the trading space for a while. He's been doing algorithms for a very long time. And again, I'll let Brandon kind of talk on that.
Yeah, one thing I could tell you is we're going to be transparent with all trades daily.
Yeah,
well,
man.
And I wanted to say, 'cause after being around, especially in DeFi, because that's why we're focused on, I don't want to say real world assets, but at the moment, that's what they are. Being in gold and Forex. And that's why when someone had asked in the Discord, and I immediately responded with that compounding. I don't want to. I want to get that degen bullcrap out of my head,
Yeah.
out of everyone's heads, because that's not how the world works. I like it does, but it doesn't. So in this case, I want people to build the ROI as fast as they can, because at the same time, what's actually funny and coincidentally what I don't like, but because the word compounding, the bot is compounding its the wallet size, so it keeps getting added onto, and then eventually we have another instance. So now you have, instead of say 2 bots, you have 3 bots, and then you say, I don't know, it gets up to 4 at some point. Then you're getting that more over time, instead of just saying, hey, let me reinvest my funds. Hey, let me reinvest my funds. Because you know what happened all, like, in the end with all those other projects in DeFi, when they said, just keep reinvesting. And then the next day you look in your wallet and you're like, oh.
I never told Con this idea because I want to get the degen stuff out. I brought this up to NR earlier. Maybe a community vote when the safety fund, if it does reach 100K, we can say, do you want to open a second instance, or do you want me to just throw this in and you guys can all claim, and then you guys all ROI? So basically it would be 100K split up with everybody.
Yeah, and that's not out of the realm of possibility, and that's kind of why Greek brought that up. I mean, there's going to be really good days, there's going to be okay days, and obviously there's going to be a few losing days in there. But it's going to be a great thing, guys. It definitely is. So
you just got to think about it. Like, even if you're making $5 or you're making $20 a day.
Yeah, and we want this to be a longevity project. We want this to be something that pays out for years to come. And this is kind of our, not test run, but this is our first one, obviously, on BSC. If it's successful, if everybody loves it, if we get everybody ROI'd pretty quickly, start paying out, we will hopefully maybe launch on some other chains and expand that way as well. Perfect. Yeah, man. Cool. Right, so Brandon, Brandon, if you're there, I know we've been bumping our gums this whole time, but yeah, man, if you want to, again, appreciate your time. Appreciate you joining, man. You were actually on that call earlier with us in the dev. So go ahead, man. I don't know if you want to start with that, lead with that, the question about who created this bot. If you want to tell us a little bit about Alpha Wave, about yourself, you've grown and sold off multi-million-dollar companies. Again, Brandon is the CEO of Alpha Wave, and he's basically the guy whose company's bringing us the bot. So, we're working very closely with him and his team. So
I appreciate that, Nolan. Yeah, thank you, guys. Definitely appreciate you guys having me on tonight. I know I was blessed enough to get all this figured out and clear the schedule in time, so I definitely appreciate this. I saw some of the questions just to get right to it in terms of the developer. When you work on certain projects like this and you develop quant-based systems, which is just a fancy way of saying, smart bot per se, you want to remain anonymous because you do have people that tend to come after you. Just, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? But just know he is someone that is vetted. I've been part of the training community over 11 some years. I have rarely come across anything of this high quality. And when I say that, we're talking about something that is hedge fund quality. And I know people kind of throw that out there in the mainstream, YouTube, Instagram these days. But I'm telling you guys, there's difference in the quality of softwares that you can have access to, and to have a blessing be able to actually have this available to the masses. It's really unreal. We're in a season where we want to really give back based on whether you're a successful day trader yourself, whether you've had access to something that's very sophisticated in the past. It's time to give it back to people. So that's one of my visions with everything. and correlating with this, and knowing Nolan, for the last month and a half or so, and
Yeah, man.
knowing being the Greek today as well on that call today, we have something major here. But to go into more particulars about the actual bot, we have two algorithms. One is crypto, and one is gold. And as I mentioned before, they are quant-based trading bots. Just meaning a very fancy way of saying these are smart bots. And what I mean by that, they essentially attach to your account. They actually they're able to dictate your trading history, your tendencies, but it's also attached to the algorithm of the actual market itself. Right now we are essentially in version 3 of the algorithm for both crypto and gold, just meaning that we do adapt and make changes according to the market conditions. It's not a one all size. You just leave it. No, this is actually something that's continuously viewed, overlooked to make sure that it's accommodating the current market conditions. If you're familiar with how financial market cycles have changed, whether it's 2008, it's as recent as COVID, the pandemic, you know, market cycles now in trading, they typically happen between 6 months to 2 years. We're no longer looking at 8 to 10 years. We're no, in the 90s and before, I mean, you're looking at 15 to 20, where people really got really wealthy holding index, accounts and things like that. But we're in different times. One of the reasons because we've printed so much money that the market is just hyper inflated, as well as the introduction to the crypto space. So every 6 months to 2 years, you're going to see certain volatility, certain market conditions that if you're not experienced enough, you're not going to be able to trade that. Well, the perks of having an algorithm, it does that for you. With this has actually had about 13 years of back testing where manually back testing, not just going through, having the software go through it. There's things that the human eye still has an advantage over. So this is one of those things that actually manual trading concepts were tied into the algorithm when they created this. Okay. But saying the 13 years, you can go back 20 to 30 years and really see how consistent this trading style with the bot it actually is. One of the things that we love about it actually has an equity protector on there. So it's not something that's going to, run crazy. There's actually something on there. We have an equity protection where if the market does go, chaotic, there's things that we have in place to make sure you don't blow your account at 100%. Nothing is ever 100%. I've never guaranteed daily percentages to anything like that. But we do try to stay between, it's funny the Greek said that earlier. We do try to stay between that 5 to 15%. And guys, I really want people to understand this. If you're making 1% a week, that is great. I really I know it's not the sexy thing in the world today. I know it's not flashy, but you have to understand 1% a week, 5% a month. You do that over 12 months in a year, you have a very nice return. And then of course you're gonna have those months where it gets above 15%. It just happens. But when you're able to consistently grow your account, things like that, you really see a drastic change, with that. But we do have something in place that's recent where we cap the max number of trades that are open. Even that will change pertaining to market conditions, where we'll see fit maybe it's not necessarily to have 20 open positions if the market is in a certain space. We may cap it down to 8 or 10, where it just protects and mitigates those losses, right? It's all about your risk tolerance, but sometimes we don't know our risk tolerance. So we'll do that for you in a sense. But also one unique factor of this, I get this a lot. Whenever you start to see the software, kind of scale into certain entries, once again, this goes back to the smart bot concept. It actually has a combination of, scaling in for retracements, but also a dollar cost average. So what looks like martingale actually isn't is if you break it down in certain intervals, and I always talk about time frame correlation, you actually start to notice that the way the bot works, it'll work in the retracement, which a lot of your money's made from that. But also the aspect, depending on what pair is trading, it will add in that dollar cost average. So whether we have a certain multiplier in place, whether we have a certain lot size, all that is correlated based on the entries that are placed into the bot as you start to make your profit. So in hindsight, simply put, if you do have more than one open position, and as the market is in drawdown, you're in drawdown. As it opens more positions and goes back into your favor, that is where a majority of your capital is made. Scaling in is actually more of an institutional method. Actually, hedge funds actually use that method to scale in, but it's really to try to take advantage of any retracements that's in the market, so you can actually maximize on your profit. Um, but yeah, this is something that, like I said, and Nolan, he'll contest this. I do not vouch for a lot of things. I probably up until last year, early last year, I did not even bother trading with software as a bot. So I've always manually traded. And to be comfortable enough to even be on a call to discuss something like this, if you talked to me 2 years ago, I'm telling you right now, it's a difference. But that's because I've actually been able to talk to the people who created it, dive into their mind to see what is really going on, what is their thought process, how do they handle different market cycles. Those things are very important in the questions you ask. But the better question is, hey, if I were to give this to my family, can they make money? That's
Yeah,
all.
and just yeah,
That's what I always go back to.
and I
Yeah,
love that,
yeah.
Brandon. And just so everybody knows, Brandon is a master trader himself. And not only that, he's a data guy. He's data driven. So he's dove head first into the data. He's been through a lot of the back end stuff. I know there was a point where we were actually trading it on the 15-minute time frame. Brandon combed through months and months and months of data and came back and said, you know what, guys, we're going to have better results if we move this up to the 5-minute time frame. And I'll be damned if he wasn't right.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man.
And it's something, something like that. It may seem simple, but it takes it takes some time. But that's what I love now, just with the different versions and working closely with the developer. Um, that right there, that helps me a lot. I'm telling you guys right now, it helps a lot. And yeah, just as Nolan mentioned, if I see anything that needs to be changed or adapt, hey, we'll overlook every single literally every single account and see what needs to be in place.
Yeah,
So yeah.
there are
Mhm.
times where the bot will be off during like heavy news events that
Yeah,
make the
yeah.
market go crazy volatile up or down. So there will be times when
Yeah,
the
every time
bot's not
Powell
running.
speaks.
Yeah, right. So yeah, there are those
Yep.
times, and again, there's times when we would think we should turn the bot off, and Brandon, again with his experience, he'll say, you know what, this one's not going to be as impactful. I think we let it ride. And again, I'll be damned if he wasn't right there as well. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
remember that move, Nolan.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
man, yeah, no doubt.
the mindset I want everybody to get into thinking, and since I've left the DeFi space, I no longer put my money in DeFi projects. I will 100% say this, that the slow build is actually a consistent build, and it is building, whereas DeFi, you risk 100% of your bag in every DeFi
Yeah,
project you ever go in, and you're looking for that 100x. And yeah, you might get one. Oh yeah, I hit on this one, but then the next one,
yeah, we're
Rug
looking for
City.
sustainable growth over
Yeah,
time here. This isn't a degen play. This isn't a 100x play. Could you really turn your 5 grand over 3 years into $1 million? Perhaps, but we're not guaranteeing that, or we're not just compounding here. So,
Hmm.
um, it's all about how the thing,
yeah.
uh,
Well,
what kind of returns we get, and what we decide as a community to do moving forward.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
man.
and that's about all I have, unless
Yeah.
anyone have any particular questions. I mean, I'm here
Oh,
to
when
ask
when I
away.
am correct that with the crypto bot, that is strictly trading BTC, so
Yes,
Bitcoin.
for
Yeah,
for now. So
for now.
we actually have been looking at Ethereum. Once we do make that change course to Greek, and know you guys would know that as well. But
Sure.
Yeah,
we
the
have been
only
looking at
issue with
Ethereum.
Ethereum is the gas.
Yeah, the gas fees. Yeah,
Yeah. If
Bitcoin
we're
can be high sometimes too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
depending on certain cycles. Yeah, it can. So, depending on what you're using, whether it's a broker or exchange, that allows margin and all that, um, we have seen where it could work really well with Ethereum. We just want to make sure we get the settings right before we, of course, tell people, hey, Ethereum as well. But yeah, right now Bitcoin. Yep.
yeah.
Perfect.
Wanted to
Hmm.
give a shout out to Jaco. I saw you down there in the comments, brother. He and I have had quite a few conversations, even on the telephone. So he's got my personal number, and Yeah, man, I'm excited. I am very excited to see this thing go. And if anybody has ever had a trading bot before or purchased one, normally when you purchase a trading bot, you're given a set file. Here's the bot, here's the algorithm. It's yours. Have fun. Here are some settings files as well. You can upload those depending upon what size account you have, and that's it. There's no regular updates. There's no team behind it that's constantly digging into data and changing things based on market conditions. So that's what really sets this apart from any other bot that's out there, is the just the constant attention that's being put into it and the constant updates. That's just not something you normally get with bots.
Hmm.
And
That
then
is
I say, and
correct.
then tie it into our project where we're letting people get the ability of that
Yeah.
without having to fork over the money for it, and then plus have to put that money also on top of it to actually run it.
Yeah, and eventually you might see, I mean, these bots, just to give you guys an idea, you're probably talking somewhere 5,000 just for the bot, 10,000 just for the bot, somewhere in that ballpark.
And then you're
Per
not going
bot.
to want to put like $100 in
And
it.
then the
Yeah.
and then the started recommended capital is a minimum of about another 5 to 10 grand. So
Yep.
you don't want to do $500 because again, the way that it works is you'll go into what's called drawdown. So if you placed a buy, the thing goes the opposite way. That's considered drawdown. So you're negative. But when it turns around as it's going down into that negative, it will place, as Brandon said, those dollar cost average trades as it's on its way down. So as soon as it turns around, that's actually where you make your money right there. So
Yeah. So you need some
yeah.
room to play with. That's
Yep.
why 10
Yeah.
grand, 10 grand's like probably the minimum I would throw
Yeah.
in one of these bots.
Yeah. Agreed.
And one thing I want to, if somebody's just tuning in right now, this isn't one of those, everybody sees those daily percentage plays online, 1 to 3% that are just Ponzi schemes that they claim there's a bot trading. There is no bot trading for anybody who knows that on those plays. It's just all fake. This is legit. The money is in a bot. Every day we're going to be posting the returns. We're going to be transparent. Once again, we're going to keep this short. We're not going to go on for hours with these lives. So read the white paper. I will have another video tomorrow further explaining everything. I might delve into the white paper on tomorrow's video, tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow is launch day, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Who cares about Mountain Time? So get excited. I don't anticipate them selling out tomorrow.
Yeah,
Hell
we
no.
didn't do a lot of I mean, this is really the first time we're out here talking about it. So it's not like we ramped up a bunch of advertising and videos and talking about it and all that.
And
Good
one
stuff.
thing is, I want people to research. I want people to say, hey, I
Yeah.
want to put my money in this because they want to throw it in, not because, oh, I trust the Greek. Oh, I trust NR. No, you should never invest in something because you like the person you're investing in, because that's just not how you invest. Nobody should
You
ever.
know how
And
that works
yeah.
out.
Yeah, and we
Okay.
do have, I mean, we can share some data. I'll have Brandon throw together some data that we can share in the Discord. We'll share it on another live. We kind of hit him up last minute. But if you wouldn't mind, Brandon, if you could get together some historical data for
Yeah,
both
yeah,
bots,
for sure.
that would be absolutely fantastic.
We'll get together a pitch deck that I
Perfect.
think what we quality
Yeah.
and put that out. Nolan will tell
Perfect.
you guys I am my two pillars: availability and transparency. So
Yeah, man.
let's make it
And that's
happen.
why I felt, and that's another reason why we felt Alpha Wave was a perfect fit for us. And again, why Greek kind of pivoted away from the token and we kind of landed on the NFT stuff here was because Brandon, the team behind him, some of the other guys, um, and ladies, very solid, very solid, very they have loads of integrity. Just I felt like it's a really good fit with Alpha Wave, and yeah, man, looking forward to it, guys. Definitely looking forward. Does anyone, while we have him, because I don't want to take up much more of Brandon's time, and I know we're gonna cut this short probably very soon. Does anybody have any bot related questions or anything to throw at Brandon? Anything potentially that he could clear up, or you know anything that you guys, anything at all? anything you may have for him. Just throw it out there. So yeah, I think that's it's kind of about it.
Well, I don't think anybody's got any more. We went through everything.
We kind of covered everything. Yeah, just wanted to make sure we didn't
if
have
we
a
had the
last
new
minute.
updated bot showing, I could show it in some trades, but
Yeah. Now we do have a bunch of historic screenshots from us that from us doing some trading.
But unless you're like know what's going on, even like remember we used to send Con pictures all the time.
And he's like, "What the hell is this?"
Like, what's this? What's that? And me and you were like, oh, "Okay, cool. We got the we know what's going on." So unless you're in it and you know what's going on, screenshots don't mean.
So Brandon, here's a question for you: is it possible for us to hook this thing up to like MyFX books and kind of plot the trades that way for transparency?
Oh, 100%. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So there you go. That's probably something we'll explore, is hooking it up to MyFX book, which if anybody is in the trading community, that's hooked directly to your account, and anyone can go to MyFX books and look at each individual trade, the entry point, the exit, all those good things.
Yeah, and it shows you like live everything. It'll show you
live
percentage
data,
daily up, how much you're up for the so that's information overload right there. That's all Con had, and he was able to see everything.
That'll actually save me time.
Yeah, man. I'm sure. No doubt. Well, Brandon, again, man.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
Yeah, no appreciate you coming on, man. I know it was last minute, so definitely appreciate you, brother. Yeah.
Hey, you done things for me personally, my brothers. It's no problem. I just appreciate you guys allowing me to get on your platform and hey, speak some truth and some light.
This will be the first of many, my friend, and
yes, sir.
looking forward to it. And again, we're also working for on some things to after this launches and we get settled, we're working on some things to bring this to you guys affordably, hopefully to you guys personally, if you guys want to personally jump in and you just don't want to be part of the project as well. So we're working on some of that.
That's a good thing. You don't have to be part of the project if you want. If you want to get the bot yourself and you say, hey, reach out to us. We'll hook you up with the right people. And Dr. Al says crystal clear. It's straightforward. It really is. Once the bot gets going, then we can show everything. Does this trading start immediately? After all NFTs sell out, it will probably be, what would you say, a week to get everything set up?
Yeah, I mean, once we get everything, I would say probably about a week, because we want to get it set up with the MyFX books. We want to get everything set up. We do have a multi-sig as well. I don't know if you mentioned that, Greek.
Yeah, it's all in the white paper, our multi-sig wallet. So for transparency, you'll know exactly what wallet, where funds are being held. Basically, you'll only see the safety funds in there, and you'll be like, well, why?
Because you'll see the rest of it on the MyFX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on that note,
and the bots will run on a VPS, so they'll have their own private server. It's not like it's going to be sitting in Greek's bedroom on his laptop, so they will be run on a VPS. So
I was on when we had the bot running the past one I was on, and I would watch it, and I would wake up, in the middle of the night. And it was fun.
That's the other thing. Not only will the team be watching this thing pretty much 24/7, Greek and myself and Con. I mean, I know when we were trading before, there was only when we were sleeping did we not have it either on our phone, on our laptop, both were we communicating with each other, just talking about trades. It's we immerse ourselves in it, and again, I know Greek's always wanted to give back, and this is the way
making money is addictive. I have to say that. Like every time a trade would close, I'd be like, "We just closed one." You're like, "Boom."
Yeah, it is a good feeling, man. It definitely is. So
on that note, everybody get excited for tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's the only time that matters, is Central Standard Time. It goes live. Please do your research. Read the white paper. I will have a deep dive into the white paper tomorrow afternoon. If you don't want to read it yourself and you just want to watch my video, I'll do you the favor. Okay?
Yeah. Any questions, Discord? Anything you guys think of?
You have the Pyragold NFT chat. Try and keep Pyragold talk in there. Actually, you can just ask anywhere. I don't care. Yeah. My Discord's got no rules. We got chat rooms, but nobody follows rules in my Discord. Free speech is allowed. We enjoy free talk. Just don't disrespect people. That's all I ask. Thank you for listening to us, and hopefully we all make a lot of money together. Peace out, everybody.